What if everything you know about Aphrodite, the goddess of love, beauty, and desire, is a lie? What if her temples weren't just shrines to romance, but arenas of blood, power, and rituals so taboo, they've been erased from history? Welcome to the dark truth about Aphrodite's orgies, secrets so shocking, historians have spent centuries burying them. But tonight, we descend into the shadows. This is the story of a goddess who weaponized pleasure, a cult that defied empires, and the horrifying cost of worshipping love in its rawest, most primal form. 1. The Forbidden Origins, a goddess born from blood. Aphrodite's story begins not in Greece, but in the smoldering ruins of ancient Mesopotamia. Before she was the golden darling of Olympus, she was Astarte, a warrior goddess of sex and war, worshipped in blood-soaked rites under the crescent moon. When her cult migrated to Greece, it carried secrets older than civilization, sacred prostitution, hallucinogenic potions, and a mythos steeped in violence. The Greeks tried to tame her, painting her as the giggling nude of Botticelli's Birth of Venus. But dig deeper, and you'll find her true face in the Adonis Gardens, rituals where women wailed over a slaughtered lover, their tears mingling with the blood of sacrificed pigs. This was no gentle fertility cult. This was a dance with death. And then there's the Tomb of the Whipping, an Etruscan crypt adorned with frescoes of men and women bound, whipped, and penetrated in frenzied rituals. Historians dismiss it as pornography, but what if it's a window into Aphrodite's true worship? A world where pain and pleasure were one, and ecstasy was a gateway to the divine. 2. Orgies as warfare, sex, politics, and the collapse of Athens. In 415 BCE, Athens teetered on the edge of ruin. A young aristocrat named Alcibiades hosted a party that would change history. Drunken elites desecrated the Eleusinian mysteries, reenacting sacred rites as a mockery, a scandal that sparked a witch hunt. But what if this was no mere drunken prank? What if Alcibiades was weaponizing Aphrodite's orgies to humiliate his rivals? These rituals weren't just about hedonism. They were acts of psychological warfare. Participants consumed henbane and opium, inducing hallucinations and hypersexuality. The goal? To shatter inhibitions, to turn men into beasts, and to destabilize the fragile order of democracy. And the aftermath? Survivors spoke of waking with no memory, their bodies bruised, their minds fractured. The goddess had ridden them, a possession so complete, it left them hollow. Was this divine punishment? Or a calculated tool to silence dissent? 3. Sacred prostitution, the women who ruled kings. Meet the hetairai, the courtesans of ancient Greece. But these weren't mere prostitutes. They were priestesses, spies, and sorceresses. Women like Phryne, who disrobed before the judges of Athens to win her freedom, or Thais, who allegedly led Alexander the Great to burn Persepolis in a fit of drunken rage. These women wielded sex as a weapon. They curated orgies to manipulate generals, blackmail politicians, and even curse cities. In the Aphrodisia festival, they anointed statues with their own bodily fluids, a ritual blending devotion and defiance. But the darkest secret? Whispers of infant sacrifices in Aphrodite's temples. The early Christian writer Clement of Alexandria accused her cult of slaughtering children to ensure fertile harvests. Was this slander? Or a memory of something unspeakable? And what of the worshippers who believed Aphrodite possessed them during orgies? Inscriptions from Cyprus describe participants speaking in tongues, clawing at their own flesh, and claiming the goddess had taken their minds. Free will was an illusion, their bodies mere vessels for divine chaos. The cover-up, how Victorians erased Aphrodite's darkness. The 19th century, a time when historians decided ancient Greece was a civilized paradise of reason. But their prudish pens couldn't stomach a goddess who demanded blood and semen. so they scrubbed her clean. When the Lovatelli urn was unearthed, a Roman artifact depicting a masked orgy, scholars dismissed it as a forgery, a joke, anything to avoid confronting its implications. Even today, academics downplay the evidence, labeling it misinterpretation or fantasy. But ask yourself, why would entire cultures invent such elaborate lies about a goddess of love? 5. The legacy, why we still fear Aphrodite's truth. Aphrodite's orgies haunt us because they expose a truth we'd rather ignore. Human beings are creatures of chaos. We crave order, yet we're drawn to the abyss. The Greeks knew this. They saw love not as a sweet romance, but as a force that could topple cities, drive men mad, and blur the line between the sacred and the profane. So why won't historians admit the truth? Because it forces us to confront the darkness in ourselves. The same taboos that ruled ancient temples still simmer beneath modern society: the shame, the power plays, the forbidden hungers we dare not name. The next time you gaze at a statue of Aphrodite, remember this: she is not your lover. She is not your friend. She is the mirror that reflects humanity's deepest terrors and desires. The orgies weren't an aberration, they were a revelation. A testament to the price of worshipping love in all its terrible, glorious forms. As the poet Sappho once wrote, "Aphrodite, you twist the heart to fire." The question is, are you brave enough to let her? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Until next time.